What's going on, NGC fam? It's your boy D Jones back at you again with another episode of Who's Who here at New Generation. Today we got an interview with my boy Pastor Henry Lucas. He's the young adult pastor here that helps our kids, helps your kids with everything they need to know about being a young adult and being young and being a Christian. So with no further ado, here we go. Here he is, Pastor Henry Lucas. What's going on, brother? You doing all right?
Yes, sir.
So you good? I know we talked to Pastor Ma last week, and he told me he'd rather be just called Amaz. So are you good with being called Pastor or just Henry Lucas? You know, which one? I know you got two first names.
Either is fine.
Okay, that's good. Well, Henry, let me mention Henry Lucas Jr. Let me say your full name. As you know, I'm a junior as well, so that's a big part of my life. And I also got a third, so I don't know if you're gonna keep doing the same thing. Maybe, maybe.
I have to talk with Angel.
Okay. Let's get back into it. Tell me a little bit about your family.
So I grew up in a two-parent household. Older sister, she was about 7-8 years older than me. My mom, she got me involved. And there's a lot of stuff growing up: basketball, football, baseball. I see a mind, gifted and talented. I think, just to give me something productive to do, keep me off the streets. I grew up on the east side of Blythe, around corner from Parkway, and a few blocks from East Rose, Cherry, Lily Lake. I grew up church. I was a regular kid. Like, I played sports. I knew a lot of people. I had a good childhood, so that's a little bit of my background.
That's all right. I see you shouting out where you're from in Blythe, Arkansas. I know the Blythe fans is watching this. I know they're excited. So you came to New Generation. Now, your position here is?
Youth and college pastor.
Youth and college pastor. What would you say your vision for the youth ministry is?
My vision? I just want to keep it simple, keep it biblical. Right now, we're talking about being disciples. So that's my vision, just making disciples who make disciples who are mature, rooted in faith, just able to love God and know Him for themselves.
That's good. So you're young. How old are you?
24.
24 years old. So how hard is it staying grounded at being 24, being in church, being over a lot of college ministries, a lot of college, going kids, and then a lot of teenagers, because this time and age is a little different than from whenever I was younger, So how is it staying grounded? How do you stay grounded?
How do I stay grounded? I just try to discipline myself. Like, with anything, you have to discipline yourself. Whether you're working out, whether you're at your job, you got to make sure you're there at a certain time. I just try to discipline myself, spend time in the Word every day, pray, get advice from people like Tremaine or Ahmad or T, like making sure I got people giving me wisdom and trying to lead me the right way. I think it started with discipline. My mentor, he used to always tell me, discipline, desire, then delight. Like, you got to discipline yourself, because you're not going to want to read your Bible, you're not going to want to pray, you're not going to want to try to do the right thing. But it becomes a discipline. And as time goes on, it becomes a desire. You start to like it. You just want to make that a part of your life. Then it's a delight. Like, you can't live without it. So, that's what keeps me grounded. That helps keep me grounded.
Like teaching the teenagers the same principle, is that easy or is that hard?
I think it's hard, like, cause I'm a few years older than them, but I think they get more pressure, like, cause they growing up right in social media, like, so it's like TikTok and iPhone and iPad, like, basically everything they do is revolving around social media. So they got a lot of pressures with drugs and sex and, stuff we grew up with, but I think it's just magnified for them. So I think it's pretty hard, but I think the core of it is still the same, like God's word, and just trying to help them understand it so they can be successful, so they can win, and I think that's the big part of it.
So with your vision for NGC, how do you think we can support you during this process?
How can y'all support? I'll say the first thing is prayer. I read this book about Charles Spurgeon, and he created a lot of his success just for like people in his church praying for him, praying for his ministry. So prayer, I think, will be good. Volunteers, like, we can always use volunteers. Whether you want to come and move some stuff around, or help with small groups or just help, with our youth, because they the future of the church. Like 10, 15, 20 years from now, they probably be the pastors and the deacons and, people doing the ministry. So just helping equip them and train them, I think that would be a good part.
Okay, so here's another question. So how do you think the church will be 15, 20 years from now with the youth as we have now? How do you think it will be 20 years from now?
I think
we'll be like flying around and serving God like, hey, how do you think that'll work?
I think new generation church is in good hands. Like, I think about our young men, our young women. Like, I love being around them. Like, they strong-minded. Like, I see so much potential in them. In so many areas. Like, just leadership. Like, I see them, and they just be joking and playing around. But I see a lot in them. So, if we come alongside them and we train them and we love them, we serve them. I think the sky's the limit. You know what I'm saying? Not just at the church, but the city of Conway, this country, all that good stuff.
Okay, so give me one fun fact about you.
One fun fact. Like just anything.
Yeah, just anything. It don't matter.
Fun fact. I don't know. I've been a Christian for like 5 years. Like, it is kind of new to me. Like I said, I grew up in church, but I wasn't a believer, or a Christian or nothing like that. Like, it was just coming to church on Sunday, Wednesday, like give your tithes, hear the preachers preach, and then just go home. But for me, that didn't work. So when I was in high school, like I was kicking it. We was kicking it. Like me and my friends, we was kicking it. Like kicking it hard. And I was just so focused on myself. Like I remember yesterday, he was like, a worldly philosophy is just focus on yourself, like individual. Like that's what I was doing. Like I was just wanting to play football. I just want to play basketball. I wanted to get girls. I wanted to be popular. Like that's what I was about. But I think like my senior year, that's when life started to change. Like I had a few offers for football, and I ended up pulling my hamstring when I was running track though. So I had an offer from Lion to play. I don't know if Angel put the picture up, but I had a little picture like on my visit. It was my mom, my dad. But that ain't work. Like basketball ain't work, track didn't work. Like stuff that I was, aspiring to be, wasn't panning out. I had a lot of relationships. They was so toxic. And like after I graduated, so all this stuff we learned yesterday. Y'all come to the Bible study.
Yeah.
But yesterday we talked about the devil, right?
Mm-hmm.
The devil come in a way that you're not gonna suspect him. Mm-hmm. So it was this one girl. She hit me up on social media like a week after I graduated, probably like a few days. And she was like everything I would like. My idea of what a woman is, like everything I wanted, like she was it. Like long hair, nice teeth, like she had a lot going for herself. Hit me up at the blue. Toxic. You know what I'm saying? So after that, like, I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't like doing no Christian stuff, but I started praying after that because like my heart was cold. I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if this what relationships is, like, man, I'm finna wait. Let's do something different. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's something I started praying just to have a relationship with God. I was working at Zaxby's, like washing the dishes. I was just like ready to go to school, ready to go to college. So that first week I went to college, I went to this thing called BCM. It was Baptist Collegiate Ministry. So we had an HBCU. Everybody looked like me. Like the college pastor looked like me. The students looked like me. And he was just like preaching. He had like a quick devotional. I was like, I think this is something I want to be a part of. So that Friday I kicked it. You know what I'm saying? The Alphas had this icebreaker party. It was turned. You know what I'm saying? I had a good time. We had a good time. But I woke up, I was just like, it was fun, but I don't want life to look like this for me. Like, cause it was just, we turned up, but then it was like, now what? You know what I'm saying? So the next week I heard the gospel. I got saved my freshman year of college. Soon after that, like I was just getting trained. I was getting plugged into camps. Just, being shown how to be a disciple, how to be a man, like how to change the oil in my car, like how to pray, how to share the gospel. how to get ready for job interviews, like, you know what I'm saying, spiritual stuff, but practical stuff too at the same time. So I don't know if that's a fun fact, but oh yeah, and I met my wife at a camp that I worked at in college. So.
Speaking of, I know we make mention of her a lot. So talk more about that relationship. You know, I got my view on how it started, but your wife, you know, her name is Angel
Elizabeth.
Okay, Angel Elizabeth. That's a fun fact too. I didn't know that Miss Elizabeth. You know, so tell us about how you met her and everything.
So I met Angel Kids Across America in 2018. So I had my eye on Angel because we had like a class. We did a class together, games class, and we did like some skits together. But I didn't like holler at her or nothing like that because I was kind of in the middle of a relationship. Like it was like we was together, but we weren't. Mm-hmm. But it was a break, but it wasn't quite a breakup yet. Mm-hmm. So we got to APB, and then we ended up breaking up and stuff. So I was just, trying to focus on me, trying to handle my business, grow as a person, right? Yeah. And I think I saw Angel on social media or something like that. So I just started hitting her up on social media, following her. And I found out that we both was gonna be on leadership team at K the next summer. So I think I hit her up on like Groove Me or something like that. Cause I wasn't on social media at the time, like I was taking a break, or I just didn't have a number yet. Yeah. So I hit up on Groove Me, like it was something whack, like it was corny. I hit her up like, cause I think Prairie was like in a basketball tournament or something like that. Yeah. I said something stupid, like, but she replied. Yeah. So after that, I think she didn't read it, so I was like, dang, maybe I was like too lame, you know what I'm saying? But a few months came, we was at the leadership conference, and at the time, it was a thing called the Enneagram test. So I mean,
Enneagram?
So it's basically like, you talk about your character. So I was like a 3, like, I think it said like I was like a perfectionist, something like that. Mm-hmm. But it was a little test, so I wanted to get a number without, I had to be slick about it. Yeah. So I was like, can you send me that test? Yeah. And she ended up sending me the test. And I think that was like a Saturday. And then that Sunday we left. But after that, we just started texting. That was like in April. We text for a long time. Like really like every day. Then we started dating like July 2019. But before that, she had shot me down like 2 or 3 times. But we started dating. We was long distance though, because she was in Prairie. Yeah. So we were talking, and I had to talk to so in December of 2019, I was wanting to propose to her because all of our friends were gonna go to New Orleans. Yeah. But I couldn't do that, Me and her mama had to work some stuff out. Oh, okay. So in February of 2020, that's when I had proposed to her in Dallas. And then the pandemic hit like right in March, so we didn't know what we was gonna do, but we knew we wanted to get married. Mm-hmm. So we was just praying, like we was fasting, like just trying to see God what He wanted us to do. Then Tremaine, he got in. So I think he was trying to hire my mentor, but my mentor was like, "I got the perfect guy for you." Yeah. So I came down here, me and Tremaine met. Like he was just laid back, had a Nike suit on with some slides. We just talked about ministry. We talked about life. He let me ask him anything. Like, then I came back. I had to get my wisdom teeth taken out. I came back, and it was him. It was Tremaine Bishop and Ahmad. Then they hired me. So that was like, I got hired July 24th. No, July 22nd. Me and Angel, we got married on the 24th. We had our ceremony on the 26th. So everything happened pretty fast.
That's all right. So there you have it, NGC. That was our youth pastor, Henry Lucas Jr. He is a good man. Y'all want to have your kids around him. You want to get to know him. He is a good person. He had mine all the time. He had a lot of kids up here. So don't be shy. This just a little quick to get to know who he is. Now you know him. Talk to him. He'll give you more in depth about the Bible. The man reads all the time, study all the time. And he's in school now still, studying ministry. So he knows a lot, even though he's just 24 years old. I want y'all to just stay tuned because the next interview will be the HNIC at New Generation. You know, besides myself, you know, but the HNIC Pastor Tremaine Harris, you know, he comes with a lot. He's a good person too. We got a nice group of people here at New Generation, so just stay tuned and see y'all later.